Imagine waking up one morning to a storm rather than a peaceful sunrise. You have the difficult and depressing task of caring for a loved one in their final days. Your soul is divided between obligations to your family, work-related stress, and long-neglected personal needs. When all hope seems to be lost, the darkness of difficulty envelops our souls and drives our thoughts and emotions to the verge of impatience. This isn't only a physical conflict, it's also a mental one, a fight over the biggest issues people face. Please promise to be with us as we learn how to apply the 10 rules from his book of meditations in our daily lives to make ourselves stronger in life's storms and smarter in every choice. Let Marcus Aurelius's life philosophy be a lighthouse that shines on the dark path you are on today. Let's learn about 10 Stoic rules for a better life. These rules are deep lessons and life rules that help us get through hard times. Rule number 1. The journey aims to help you grow and develop your soul for a better life. If you enjoy art, consider the following scenario. You're an artist who has worked hard to build your business for years. One day, the project you've devoted all of your time and energy to fails miserably because your project's main partner withdraws funding. You may begin to doubt your abilities and self-worth. However, friends, don't give up. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words: there is always an alternative route available. While some doors and roads may be blocked, there are still plenty of others just waiting for you to discover them. As an emperor and philosopher, Marcus Aurelius was well aware of the pressure and responsibility he faced. He lived and worked under the conviction that no issue is too big to overcome, and that if someone tries to stop you or impede you, they will be unable to because you are tenacious and have the ability to view life from a variety of perspectives. Therefore, when a door closes, don't just sit there and moan. Instead, open your eyes and discover new opportunities, routes that you take. This story isn't just about sticking with something. It's also about realizing that every problem has a solution by remaining upbeat and searching for a way out. By learning this rule, we can not only get through difficult times, but also grow spiritually and intellectually. It also helps us become more flexible and adaptable, which are good traits for someone who wants to be quiet. I implore you to open your own doors in order to never give up and to constantly strive for the pure light, comprehension, and liberty. The Stoic way of thinking tells us that there is always another way to do things, no matter how bad things seem. This way of thinking helps people be strong, flexible, and smart enough to see other options. If we believe that there is always another way to do things, accept that you can change things quickly in life, we can handle life's problems more calmly and clearly. We often face problems in life that seem impossible to solve, which can make us feel frustrated and hopeless.
And you can't plan for them to be flexible, can help us deal with things that don't go as planned instead of sticking to one plan and never changing it. Being flexible also allows us to see new possibilities and come up with solutions we might not have considered previously, which helps us develop resilience. Resilience is the capacity to bounce back from setbacks and carry on. It is the conviction that there is always another route that gives us the willpower to press on through difficult times. This form of resolve focuses on confronting issues head-on and coming up with solutions rather than avoiding them. Ask for a different opinion. We frequently become mired in one outcome or path, which can hinder our ability to make wise judgments. We can devise fresh approaches and more effective solutions. Taking a step back and viewing the situation from a wider perspective can help us handle challenges in more original and efficient ways. This requires being open to diverse viewpoints and challenging our assumptions. Recognize and accept what one of the key tenets of Stoicism is: acceptance, which is recognizing and accepting things for what they are without resisting them. When we accept that troubles are a natural part of life, it becomes simpler to shift our attention and find alternative routes to our goals. Accepting something doesn't mean giving up. Rather, it means realizing what we can and cannot control. This will help you be more creative and come up with solutions and new ideas. You must be creative because if we work on our innovative ideas, we can see possibilities where others just see dead ends. Therefore, we may need to brainstorm, seek inspiration from various sources, and remain receptive to unconventional ideas. Through creativity, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for development and novel concepts. Stoics hold that there is always another way to accomplish a task, which enables us the courage to face life's challenges with clarity and confidence. If we practice adaptation, we may solve problems more effectively and discover new opportunities for growth. Grit viewpoint, acceptance, and creativity. This method of thinking not only improves our problem-solving skills, but rule number 2, be strict with yourself. Have you ever wondered why some people succeed and grow quickly in life while others don't? The difference between people who are strict with themselves and people who constantly let themselves go? We all know that Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, is very strict with himself. It also makes us feel calm and happy on the inside because we know we can handle anything life throws at us. Rigorous work schedule, being involved in all aspects of the company, from engineering to product design and putting in 8,100 hours a week at work, demonstrates his tight management style. When we are strict with ourselves, we not only develop our willpower, but also learn how to identify and overcome negative behaviors. Marcus Aurelius's book, Meditations, taught us that by exercising self-control and responsibility, we may improve ourselves every day and create a space for stillness that allows us to touch with our innermost selves. No matter what Marcus Aurelius's lessons teach us, real freedom and happiness are within us, not outside of us. They are in the choices we make every day about how to live and push ourselves. I'm strict with myself. Remember that being strict with yourself isn't a race to the finish line, but a journey of patience and consistency. It's a step-by-step process of finding and realizing your potential, as well as learning to accept and love yourself. With myself to demonstrate my commitment to learning new things and ultimately, rule number 3 of freedom, let go of your nervousness. This COVID-19 pandemic offers us the opportunity to reflect on our lives with a clearer perspective, one free from concern and stress. We can stop rushing to catch the early train, getting lost in traffic, or worrying about how we're going to prepare for important events. People may believe that feeling less anxious will make them feel more at ease. But the reality is that anxiety originates from a variety of sources, routine chores, or minor issues. Additionally, anxiety is concealed in our deepest desires and aspirations, but because to the pandemic we now know more about what it is and how to manage it. Marcus Aurelius advised us to live in the present and not allow our thoughts to stray to worries about the future or regrets about the past. When we are anxious, we think things like, I don't like this, or I'm worried about that. What matters is not how we say it. In order to overcome anxiety, ask yourself if this is something you can control. If the answer is no, then embrace it as a normal part of life and an opportunity to grow. If the answer is yes, then take immediate action and don't allow fear or worry cloud your judgment. Additionally, he advised us to cherish every second of our life's journey as we do, we will come to understand that a lot of our concerns come true and that, in reality, most hurdles are far less than our anxieties. Keep in mind that our minds are our most effective tools for overcoming obstacles. When we learn to view things rationally, we can overcome anxiety and discover contentment. Letting go of worry is a gift we offer ourselves, not merely a rule for life. Anxiety may be a major issue that interferes with our everyday activities and makes it difficult to concentrate and find calm. Stoicism is an ancient idea that can help you manage and reduce your anxiety by providing you with insightful knowledge and practical techniques. If we concentrate on the things we can control and develop a mindset based on these principles, we can face life's challenges with greater assurance and composure. Here are 5 key Stoic concepts to assist you overcome your stress, reason, and strength. Stoicism suggests that we should be aware of what we can and cannot control in order to focus our attention and energy on the things we can control, such as our thoughts. Most of the time, anxiety results from thinking about things we cannot change. Behaviors and responses can assist us in reducing our anxiety and greater self-control advice. Put down all of your fears at now moment and categorize them into things you can control and things you can't guarantee to let go of cannot alter practice. Being mindful and in the moment might help you feel less anxious about the future or regretful about the past. Mindfulness, or observing our thoughts and feelings without passing judgment on them, is a crucial component of Stoic practice. Advice: allot a short period of time each day day to mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breathing, and if your thoughts stray, gently bring them back. Reframe your negative music thoughts. Stoics believe that our thoughts about things frequently lead to concern. We can decrease the strength of negative ideas by focusing on things rather than the objects themselves. When you're feeling worried, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this make me stronger? This shift in perspective can assist reduce stress and embrace your own discomfort. Over us views issues as opportunities to progress. According to Stoicism, purposefully placing oneself in difficult circumstances can strengthen one and reduce fear of the unknown. We can also grow more adaptable and less anxious about life's unknowns by deciding to feel unpleasant, such as by fasting or taking cold showers. Useful advice: choose a modest, manageable amount of discomfort to experience on a regular basis. For instance, if you work out outside, take a cold shower, or skip meals, you'll gradually notice an increase in your strength and patience. Develop your gratitude. By emphasizing the positive aspects of our life, we can lower our stress levels and feel better about ourselves. Gratitude helps us see what we have rather than what we don't have. Every day, list 3 things for which you are grateful. Applying these Stoic ideas to your daily life will help you gradually lower your strength and develop a calmer, stronger mind. Remember that this is a journey, and every little step you take will bring you closer to being at ease and more balanced. Think about these posts when you're stressed to remind yourself of the positive things in your life. Accept the Stoic lessons to regain your peace of mind. 4th rule: put people before things. I greatly love a lot of the stories that Marcus Aurelius wrote. However, the story that affected me the most was about how Marcus Augustus demonstrated his strong leadership and compassion during the Antonine Plague, when everyone was in great pain and suffering, by selling priceless royal items like robes, jewelry, and jewels directly on the lawn in front of the palace. This act not only demonstrated a strong message of humility and being willing to share the burden with the people, but it was also a sign of giving up luxury. Aurelius Marcus demonstrated that true leadership constantly prioritizes the needs of the people, even in the face of difficult circumstances. Arduous. The difficulty is how to live this out, empathy and understanding. Marcus Aurelius not only managed his empire wisely but also kindly. He demonstrated to us that everything we do and decide is a part of a larger community called humanity. Consider everyone you come into contact with as a part of your extended family. When you put the needs of others above your own, you not only show kindness, but also develop a strong bond with the people in your community. Keep in mind that empathy and comprehension are the foundations of both peace and harmony. Contentment. As Marcus Aurelius once said, finding a balance between caring for others and maintaining your own self-esteem and personal growth is not only a moral act but also an art of living in order to find harmony and fulfillment in life. This is true in both personal and professional relationships. If you treat coworkers, customers, and even strangers with kindness, you will not only create a better workplace, you will also help make society a better place. Harmony in interpersonal relationships. Rule number 5. Take things one step at a time. After all, we don't live for ourselves. For instance, if you want to learn Spanish, there are many helpful resources available to you, such as images and sounds. The question is, however, what are the most crucial steps you should take to start this process? My advice is to take things one step at a time. Set a specific objective, such as learning fundamental communication skills in 6 months, and dedicate time each week to pick up new vocabulary. Don't forget to have fun while learning. Join an online Spanish study community or view Spanish language movies without subtitles as you progress through the language learning process. Use apps to practice every day, even if you only have a short amount of time. Every month, review your progress and acknowledge the minor victories you've made. You'll undoubtedly make mistakes, but that's all right, because that's how you learn. Celebrate each new sentence or word you pick up. Stoicism instructs us to review what we've learned and set minor goals for the following few days. Every task is an opportunity to progress. As Marcus Aurelius once said, don't wait for perfection. Taking things one step at a time isn't just a technique to solve problems, it's also a way to take care of our souls and learn to be content with modest strides ahead and the process, and not just the result. This is a lesson in patience and tenacity. At each stage, reflect on and reassess your process. If you want to be patient, ask yourself how I'm doing and what more could I do. Be content with even the tiniest step forward and view the outcome as insignificant. We don't have to run fast, we just need to keep moving forward. If you're ready to start practicing step by step at work and in life, rule number 6 is to never get angry with people like this video. Better self-examination not only helps us keep moving forward, but it also helps us grow as a whole. beneficial. According to Marcus Aurelius, resentment obscures reason and obstructs the light of clarity. When we allow resentment to rule our thoughts, we allow this unpleasant emotion to control our lives. It is detrimental to both our mental and physical health. For instance, if you work in a stressful environment and are constantly dealing with uncooperative coworkers, harboring resentment toward them will become a burden, and you will become more and more mentally and physically exhausted. On the other hand, if you learn to forgive and accept the situation, the workplace will become kinder and you will find peace at work. Keep in mind that forgiving someone does not imply that you accept their wrongdoing. Rather, it is a decision made for your own peace of mind, not for the person who hurt you. Forgiveness implies accepting the truth and moving on with your life. In history, there are great leaders like Nelson Mandela who accomplished incredible feats, but what really sets Mandela apart is that, despite spending 27 years in an apartheid prison, he remained largely free of suspicion and hatred. Mandela also believed that reconciliation was the key to healing the wounds left by the long, painful years of racism. Stoicism teaches us how to let go when necessary in addition to how to live. When you learn not to resent others, you not only free yourself, but also open the door to a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. This is a solid step on the path of wisdom and peace that Marcus Aurelius aimed for. Anger is a normal feeling, but it can lead us to make poor decisions and do things we later wish we hadn't. Remember that every time you feel resentment, you have a choice. Keep feeding the seeds of resentment or choose a path that brings peace to your soul. Stoicism asserts that maintaining composure and reason while managing your anger is essential for making wiser decisions. When someone irritates us, we can live more peacefully and have better relationships if we can learn to control our anger and remain calm. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic thinkers can teach us why we shouldn't get angry at other people and how to become more calm and understanding. We can also learn how to figure out what's causing our anger, as anger is often caused by our expectations and thoughts. Remember that people act the way they do because of who they are and what they are going through, which we may not fully understand. Show compassion and empathy when someone upsets us. It's helpful to try to see things from their point of view. Everyone has problems, and the things that make them unique. When we realize that our anger comes from our own demands, we can start to deal with it better. Act in a certain way could have unknown causes. Understanding how others feel allows us to restrain our rage and behave patiently and kindly instead. This not only benefits us personally, but also improves communication and understanding amongst people. Consider the things you can alter. Stoicism advises us to let go of the things we cannot change and concentrate on the things we can. While we are powerless to alter the actions of others, we are able to control how we react to them, maintain our composure, and make morally right decisions. Convictions. When you're furious, consider whether you have the right to be angry and whether doing so will help you address the situation. Try to think rationally. Anger frequently causes us to lose our moral compass and make poor decisions. Thinking things through before acting or speaking can help us respond more thoughtfully and rationally rather than emotionally. Try your hardest to be forgiving. It can be detrimental to our mental and emotional well-being to harbor resentment or anger when we pardon others. We can go on with a lighter heart and let go of negative emotions. Forgiving someone releases us from our rage and creates space for inner peace and personal development. It does not imply that we condone terrible behavior. To live a better and more tranquil life, learning to regulate our temper is essential to practicing Stoicism. We may learn what makes us furious, exhibit kindness, focus on the things we can control, reason, and forgive others. The finest way to avenge someone who has wronged you, if we adhere to these Stoic principles, we may overcome our rage and grow into the greatest versions of ourselves. Therefore, you are to be different from them. Rule number 7. As king, Marcus Aurelius was not obligated to rise early. He could easily stay up late without anyone noticing or his income decreasing. Perhaps this is why Marcus Aurelius has a better morning routine than you do. Every step he took to get out of bed in the early mornings awakened both his body and his soul with a ready spirit and an open mind for him. Not only was rising early a habit, but it was also a spiritual ritual that helped him exercise discipline and willpower. In the quiet moments of the early morning, he listened to the voice of reason and readied his soul to meet the challenges of life. Gently and resolutely get up early. Spend some time in the stillness of the morning exploring opportunities for self-observation, meditation, or relaxation, and record your thoughts, feelings, and goals for the day in a book to aid in the process of creating a plan. Rule number 7 is about realizing that every dawn is not only the beginning of a new day, but also an opportunity to recall and put the values of Stoic philosophy philosophy into practice on the path of constantly trying to improve ourselves. If you're willing to wake up early, like Marcus Aurelius did leave a comment, I will also wake up early to let you know how determined you are. Setting goals for a job or work can be the hardest part is that, as the old Stoic philosophy and the well-known "a job well started is half done" both say, the beginning sets the tone for the entire endeavor. Therefore, before you begin, take some steps to improve your performance, which will make you more successful, efficient, and effective. This principle emphasizes how crucial it is to start planning early and with the appropriate mindset. Let's examine 5 key ideas to see how we may apply this understanding to our daily preparations. Cautiously make a plan in advance. Spend some time comprehending the task at hand and outlining the measures you must take to complete it. Before you begin, assemble your resources and make sure you have the necessary equipment, materials, and knowledge. Establish definite objectives. Determine what success looks like in this position and make measurable goals. Focus and pay attention. Eliminate any distractions. Create a workspace free from distractions and interruptions. Practice mindfulness. Make an effort to be really present, focus on what you're doing, and determine what's most important, crucial. So begin working on those aspects of the task first. Confident, upbeat ideas enter the assignment with a positive attitude and confidence in your abilities. Remember why the task is important and what motivates you. Overcoming procrastination. In order to overcome its inertia, begin with modest, manageable steps. Effective time management with assigned deadlines. To ensure consistent progress, clearly define the deadlines for each project component. To avoid becoming overwhelmed, divide the task into smaller, more manageable portions. Focus on one part of the job at a time to make sure quality and speed. Don't try to do too many things at once, always getting better. Learn and change. Be willing to learn from the process and change things as needed. Ask for feedback. Ask other people what they think to find ways to improve your work and make it better. Take some time to think about what went well and what could be done better next time. If you start off right, the process will go more smoothly and be more fun. To make sure that a job well started is actually half done, you must prepare ahead of time, remain focused, maintain a positive attitude, manage your time effectively, and be committed to continuous improvement. If you adhere to these guidelines, you will be able to complete your task more quickly and enjoyably. Rule number 8. Remember these words. Let me discuss 3 key points from Rule 8 that illustrate how we might develop and sustain a tranquil and meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius's lessons have become an endless source of inspiration for all of us. First, love stories. Slogans to live a better, more fulfilled life, destiny, and affection. In addition to accepting fate, Amorti advises the Stoic to welcome all events, good or bad, since they are a necessary part of life. You should also cherish each moment because each one has intrinsic worth and contributes to your own development. Journey. Second, your actions for other people are just as important as what occurs to you in life. While we may not always be in control of our circumstances, we do have influence over how we respond to them. Utilize every opportunity to positively influence those in your immediate vicinity. This will start a domino effect that will benefit the neighborhood 3 times more. M. Mori, Contemplating Death, Mimo. As we begin our journey adhering to the Stoic philosophy, these 3 mantras will not only help us deal with the problems we face, but they also serve as a warning of how uncertain and limited life is. Remember that everything ends, so we become humble and focus on living a worthwhile life instead of wasting time on useless things. The challenges we encounter in life, but they will also alter the way we perceive the world around us. We will learn to be appreciative of everything, behave sensibly in all circumstances, and never forget that every moment is precious. Rule number 9 asks, is this really important? I'm busy. Stop for a moment. This is something we frequently say when we're extremely busy. Marcus Aurelius suggests that we should consider how much of the daily activities we engage in truly contribute worth. This is a straightforward but insightful method of thinking that can assist us in determining what's crucial and maintaining our focus on it. Marcus Aurelius once observed that most of the things we say and do on a daily basis are meaningless, and that we frequently take on tasks because other individuals compel us to, or because it's the morally correct thing to do. The question is whether doing so will assist us in determining which decisions and chores should be prioritized. Eliminating irrelevant tasks simplifies your life and lets you concentrate on what matters, which improves your performance at work, and increases your level of happiness and satisfaction in your personal life. According to Life Stoicism, time is the most valuable resource a person has. If you knew you would die tomorrow, would you still waste it on meaningless activities? By asking us to reconsider our priorities and objectives, this question encourages us to live each day to the fullest and most meaningful. When we eliminate unnecessary duties, we not only discover inner peace, but also free up more time. This is consistent with the Stoic school of thought, which holds that inner serenity and spiritual freedom are the ultimate goals. Therefore, always ask yourself, is this necessary in everything? From routine chores to pivotal decisions in life. By doing this with every thought, you will gradually come to understand that the things you originally believed to be significant are actually not that important. Rule number 10, embrace change. From the Stoic perspective, change is not only an essential aspect of life, but also its central theme. Mark Antony emphasized that everything that occurs either occurs because you are innately capable of handling it or because you are not. Since everything in the universe is constantly shifting, this is an indication of when unexpected things happen, don't regard them as difficulties. Instead, see them as opportunities to train yourself to learn new things and discover new things. Instead of resisting or being afraid of change, we should accept and embrace it as a part of our journey of personal growth and development. Your inner strength change asks us to step outside of our comfort zones and encourages us to be patient, compassionate, and smart. It also teaches us to be stoic. You must learn more than just how to handle change. You must also learn how to discover purpose and worth in every modification. Marcus Aurelius gave us 10 rules for a better life. Each rule is not just advice, it's a way of life that helps us face challenges, find joy, and cherish every moment of life. Keep in mind that Stoic philosophy is not just something to think about, but also something to do. When we accept change as a natural part of life, we not only find it easier to adapt, but we also find inner peace and strength that help us get through any challenge. Regulating our feelings. The secret to a happy and meaningful life is to think positively and live with purpose. Putting these ideas into practice in our day-to-day lives not only helps us become the best versions of ourselves, but it also positively impacts the communities in which we live. Please share your thoughts on the rule that most resonates with you, and I will work to improve my life so that we can see how committed you are to adhering to it. Remember to subscribe to the channel in order to see our most recent videos. We will carry on our journey of self-awareness and development together.